Technology is our friend. We love technology. Thank you, technology gods, for this evening. We're gonna get through a whole lot of show.
Yes, we will be. It's been rough. It's been a rough week, but we're here and we figured it out, and we are excited.
And welcome everybody watching to People Like Us Special Edition RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 7 Review Episode 10.
And breathe.
Oh my goodness, we're almost to the end of this series. I'm so upset. We literally
I'm so confused. I don't know how we're almost done, and it's like everybody's still here and everybody's still waiting.
So, well, I will explain at the end because I already know what's happening tomorrow because
okay.
RuPaul leaked a little leak. So,
okay.
But we will get into our show. So, of course, we are reviewing RuPaul's Drag Race, and it has been quite the season. Again, we're on episode 10, so tomorrow's show will tell us who is going to the finale, and that means next week, that's it. So we only have 2 more episodes of this review, and then we move on to other things, which some of us are more upset about than others, but that's fine. So when this show started, when this episode started, we did get this really funny moment where Raja found out there was no secret behind the plunger. she was really mad at everybody.
It has been so ridiculous for me, where I'm just like, how can it's so dumb? And they're also intrigued, and then they did really well playing along. But she was like, y'all ain't shit.
But this was so funny from episode 1 because the way Shay was like, I'm going to do this. And then everybody just picked up like, yeah, let's keep that going. Nobody had to talk about it. They just were like, now that I know, I'm going to keep going with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was how we started the episode. And then we find out that this is a roast episode, the Kennedy Davenport Center Honors Roast thingamabob. And so we have a roast upon us, which is typically a very favorite episode of the fan base because it's hilarious usually. And, I just have some random pictures, no really reason for them for the roast. But we have some pictures of what happened on the roast. And there was a lot of funny jokes, I thought. It wasn't my favorite roast of all time, but I did enjoy it. Did you have any jokes that were like, oh my God, I remember this joke or I love this joke? Did you, or you just kind of like, no, just watched everything?
Yeah, I think we, briefly touched base on it this morning, and I was like, it wasn't my favorite. I think they've had like funnier things and funnier skits and whatnot, but they didn't do bad. I think Raja did a good job.
Yeah.
I would have to say that Jinx was my favorite. I think she did amazing, and she was funny, and she kind of just took over the stage.
Not a surprise.
Yeah. But Jada, I felt bad for. She did really, really good, like holding it together and just laughing at herself. So props for her on that, because it was just like, and I think that's the way I would have handled it personally. Like something like that, I would have been like,
well,
I don't know what's wrong with me today, y'all. But yeah, overall it was okay. I didn't love it.
I thought it was really good, like you said about Jada, the fact that you could laugh at yourself, because at that point, like, there's no coming back from it. All of your jokes are off. You forgot your rhythm. You forgot your words. You're like, okay, well, we just gonna laugh at ourselves. And in other years, we've seen people bomb the roast and not do that, and it's just very awkward. I did.
It can be awkward. I can only imagine. Like, they're nervous. They've been practicing. Huh?
I've been on the awkward side of the comedian stage.
Yeah, no.
Yeesh.
That's gotta be hard. Yeah, or like if you say a joke that you think is great and nobody's laughing and you're just like,
all right. You have to figure out how to
recover. Yeah.
I thought Trinity was really funny. I mean, this is just like off the cuff. I didn't write any notes, but remembering, like, I love when Trinity said, Evie, don't let people tell you that you're not beautiful. You're not, but don't let them tell you that. I loved Evie's joke about Jinx's hairline, where she said she went to get plastic surgery. She goes, this is the problem. Like, those were all very funny.
Yeah, she's like, I'll wait for you guys to find it or something like that. I'll give you a few minutes.
Yeah. Jinx, I mean, I just think this is her thing. I mean, even from the way she began, like, I'm so happy to be honored at this imaginary event. Like, even owning that space was really funny. Monet had a bunch of moments where she was caught. She was like, haha, wait a minute. Like,
I was going to say, most of the roasting was about her.
they were really like,
They were like, yeah. So she was like, okay, I'm done.
All right, guys. But I love that little leopard hair. I love that little goose he's wearing. And then we had the Vivian, who I thought was another standout. I thought she did great.
She did do good.
And we are fans of the Vivian.
I love her. I think they all did well. It's not my thing. So it wasn't like last week's. I loved that challenge. I think it was funny. And then I loved their getting ready for it. This is just a different experience. So I didn't really.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, yeah,
Yeah, it was different. And then who else do we got? We have Miss Shea Coulee. So she was there. And so she was there. Yes, we were all there. I'm like, she looked pretty, so I wanted her picture. But I was like,
what was your commentary? You're like, yeah, it was different. So moving on, Shea Coulee, and she was there.
I caught myself. I'm like, I didn't have anything to say. She looked pretty. I wanted her.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I just want y'all to see Shea was there. If you didn't know,
well, glad she showed up for the event.
Oh, God.
I don't know what you're going through, honey.
And scene. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that was our challenge, and then getting geared up for the runway. Of course, we always love to show Mama Ru. I think this is so ugly. This is my least favorite RuPaul, especially her face all season. Something is so wrong with the brow height and the hair. It looks like alien head. I'm like, what's happening?
I think it's the color combination.
It's bad.
Of the hair and the outfit. Like, I don't think if she would have done like maybe like a blonde, like big hair,
I just also feel like the brows are so light and then they're going this way, not up at all. So like she has all forehead and I don't think she normally looks like, I don't know.
They
I think
are going up a little bit. They're just very thin.
Yeah, that's a lot of I think the hair is too far back.
I'm telling you, it's the hair. It's the hair.
Yeah. And so we get an introduction to the roast. Also, I did want to give, honorable mention to this guest here, who was so funny because this is a flashback from their season. Something's wrong with me. Do you remember their name?
You didn't ask me that. He was the camera guy. He's the camera guy.
I just forgot the name.
Matthew? Is it Matthew?
No. Woo! So
Matthew, Mark, Scott, Bob.
I literally know this.
No, you don't.
It's fine. It's not going to happen right now. It's just I should have wrote names down. Shea was also here in this episode, if you forgot. So
the different one, yeah.
But this was really funny because there was an episode many years ago where they remade the camera people and the studio people into drag. And this was something that was really funny because everybody was always like, he was so into it. This is like a straight man who's married with kids. And it's like, he owns this whole runway. And it's just funny that they got into it and enjoyed it.
He's straight?
That is a straight man married with a woman. He is so butch out of drag. Like, it's so funny.
Not my
What is their name?
I don't know.
I wish people were commenting. If anybody,
you want me to Google it? Okay, I'm Googling it.
I'm like, I cannot believe the drag race fandom is going to be like, sir, how would you not know this? Oh my God. My God. I literally, it's like, wait, what is it?
I said, it's okay. We'll figure it out.
It's not okay. It's Wintergreen. Wintergreen was the drag name. That's what it was.
What's his name?
Oh, that's not important.
Oh, you were trying to find out his name?
No, Wintergreen.
I'm gonna laugh if his name is what I said it was.
Matthew?
Matthew.
Could be.
I don't think they said his real name.
His name is John.
His name is who?
John.
John.
Moving on.
Matthew, John. That same thing.
He's one of the people in the Bible.
So he's one of the disciples.
Welcome to Drag Race, where we bring you the Bible as well. So I thought this runway was super cool. It was all about the glow up, and everybody had these crazy outfits. I'm going to go through them photo by photo like we always do, but I wanted to do something a little different and show their runways actually walking down the runway, because I thought that you can't always see everything in a picture. So I wanted to just show this, no volume, so we could talk over it. But this was really cool, Missraja. Lasers. Love it.
I loved the whole look. I was scared for her. You can't see it there, but the heels, I'm sure in the picture we'll see it.
Big. And then you have Miss Evie looking
I
like
love when she did the lighting in her mouth. It was so cool.
All about the details. Really, really good. The makeup is so good. Love it. I loved this. I thought it was beautiful.
It's so fairy-esque. I loved Evie because of that too. I felt like I was like an Alice in Wonderland or something.
Wonderland, Tinkerbell-ish. Like, yeah, it's very that. Love it. Love the storyline here with Jinx being a witch burned at the stake. I thought it was so cool the way it lit up and the flames.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's very creative. It was very creative. And
it's a full thought out storyline.
Yeah.
Like, acting through it. This was beautiful. I didn't like, it wasn't really, there wasn't a lot of story. It was just pretty. Just like, okay.
Her face kills me. Yeah, I didn't love that one. This one was really nice. It was like the midnight stars and
the makeup looks really pretty there. Really good stuff. I thought this runway was super creative, and that's why I was like, this isn't just for pictures. And then this one we have the mermaid. I thought what was so cool is the cutout looks like she's actually sitting even though she's moving towards you. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like sometimes pictures don't do it all justice. And this was so fun.
I loved it. See so my only is the boots. I would have loved a few twinkle lights in the boots because it was beautiful. Oh, look at the color of the hair. I love it.
She's so good.
She's so beautiful to me.
I'm gonna buy you that wig.
Yeah, and then I'll wear it.
To what? I don't know.
Because I cannot get this head of hair under any kind of wig. I have so much hair. There's no way.
But we're gonna go through the photos now, even though we just showed it. But I think it was cool to see it that way as well. So yeah, it's so funny because you brought up the shoes not being lit up to me, and I was like, yeah, I guess so. I didn't even think of it, and now that you said it, I'm like, yeah, they should have a little bit of light, at least
a little bit of something, just a few little twinkles, because it's glorious and then nothing.
Yeah, it fades. It's like from the literal V waistline, there's nothing. It's darkness. So yeah, I did think that what was cool about this look specifically is I liked it both in the light and in the dark, and not everybody's look.
Yeah,
say that too.
Yeah,
so I did really enjoy this. I mean, that's so pretty. But yeah, I agree. Oh, now that's gonna.
You see what I mean?
Now it bothers me because you said it. Like now I'm like, why don't the shoes have something like a strip down the middle or just a couple random sparkles?
Something, a little hint of something.
You left us hanging.
And it's sad because it was glorious.
Yeah, it was really good still, but you're right. I love this.
This is so cute.
Yeah. And she's I love the makeup.
Sunflower fairy. I love it.
Sparkles. Yeah.
Everything. She looks like a little sunflower fairy. And then even the way like the little braids, it's like some of it's in the front, the rest is in the back. And she has that little like mystic look to her. Very nice.
Yeah, I really did love the color. I mean, she knows what she's doing with color. And I did like this, again, both in the light and in the dark. I thought it looked really pretty.
Do you realize that she's reusing her neck thing? Go back.
I did not realize that, but good catch. There was a queen once that for 5 episodes wore the same necklace, and we were like, Mamita. Like...
Yeah, she found a way to it looks great. It complements the outfit very well. But I did notice that. I saw it when she was
probably put it on. She's like, oh, I need a necklace. And then maybe the necklace broke. And then she's like, get the gold one. I have a whole story in my head.
I see that. Okay. We'll go with it.
And then we have Miss Evie Oddly, which I absolutely loved. I thought this was so cool. Of course, I love anything Alice in Wonderland-ish, and this was just, I loved it.
And I loved the hair, because here you can't tell very, very well, but it literally looks like, there, look at it. It looks like a forest, like mossy, like, I loved it.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. I love that, you know, it doesn't need to be lit up in the hair, and then it does light up. I love that.
Yeah,
And I
loved
saw a
it.
video.
And I love the grounds that, you know, it wasn't just like a wig with a few little mushrooms stuck in it. No, I feel like that's
like
so
yours, yeah.
creative. Yeah, and her
There's
makeup
a
was
video.
beautiful.
There's a video circulating online of the designer, and she was like, "I designed Evie's finale dress when she won, and she, you know, paid me to do this dress," and showing the whole process. And it's like, my God, like
so much
that's
goes into it. I'm sure.
a ton of work. Like,
did you notice that Evie was wearing her pins as earrings when the girls were in the back room talking about the roasting and stuff? She's so funny to me. She had on her legendary pins as earrings.
Now I'm gonna go back and watch.
Yeah, she's so funny.
And Shay was in this episode, I believe, also, so that's good. And
she made an appearance
because they're all still there.
You're crazy today.
And then we have Jinx Monsoon, which, you know what? I think this was such a cool story, but I also am very happy that she looks different. I said it last week and she did it again this week. Like, it's a different shape, a different cut. Her hair is not styled the same orange layout. I mean, same color tone, but I loved it. And I thought this was really well done, really acted out. And I liked it when she came out, but the moment she was at the end of the runway doing that crazy, creepy laugh, I was like, yes! Like, she took me overboard with it. I loved it so much.
Well, she's very artistic, which we've talked about, and she's very theatrical, which also helps her in these kind of things where it's not only what she's wearing, she brings them to life with these stories, and that just makes such a difference. I really thought it was very creative as well.
Yeah, I like the way it lit up. Like, it literally kind of rose
well,
up.
It's so different. Think about what everyone else has is very fairy-esque, very like Las Vegas-y, like lights, carnival-y kind of, and hers is dark but beautiful, and that's hard to mix sometimes.
Yeah. And moving on, we have Miss Trinity, who
again, the carnival. This, to me, I feel like I'm in a carnival.
It could be anywhere. It could be a character in the Disney parade. It could be, I mean, it didn't have a storyline to me. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was missing something for me. It's good colors. I don't hate it, but it's
missing creativity, I think. And
it's just
not to be me, because I would never come up with this. I'm not saying I'm any better, but I feel that with the other ones that we've seen this far, it's very creative. And this is just a silhouette of a dress with, like, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't tell me anything. It's not anything. It's not a flower. It's a thing on your back of a dress. I'm like, okay. I did love her photograph photos more than her runway, like always. She photographs really, really well. They
also played with the lighting, because those colors are not what was on the runway.
Oh yeah, it just makes a total difference.
It looks so good. Yeah, she does very well in photographs. I agree.
Totally. And then next is Miss Monet Exchange, which is funny because I really want to love this, but my issue with this dress, I feel, is that it didn't look as good with the lights off as it could have. It's too much darkness. Like, it literally just looked like patches of stars, and I wanted more. And when I saw it in the light, I liked it more. So
my biggest critique, I would say, or observation, better, because not critique, but this was so big. It was like too next to her head for me.
Like a pillow.
It was like nothing, and then the pillow. It needed to either have been both, like, you know, that kind of statement, or a little less, just tad less poof, so that her face could come out in the way that I feel like I feel like she's hiding behind it.
I do also feel like you can't be part of this community and not see that hair is extremely Ursula. And I was like, ugh. It felt so Ursula-esque, where I feel like the hair should have been bright purple or blue or some. Yep, look, Amanda just wrote, she looks like Ursula. That's exactly what I was thinking. So it's a miss for me as far as that goes. But look how pretty the dress photographs. Like I didn't see that on the runway. Like, it's beautiful, but it's actually prettier not with the lights off.
I also think that, like we've said before, there is a lot of editing that happens in these pictures.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, but it was a very beautiful dress. I love the concept. I like
it was a great concept. I feel like maybe it didn't light up enough under those lights or something. It's like when they zoomed into her face and they showed the glowy makeup, it looked really good, but you could barely see that until they were zooming in.
Yeah. And then when the photograph is different, see how she's like wrapped around it like it's okay, but in the runway it's like in her face. It's not.
It looked like an airplane pillow.
So it photographed beautifully. It looks really pretty.
It does. And then we have Miss Jada, who was also in this episode.
It's so ridiculous. They just brought up the Little Mermaid. They Ursula, and then
there we go.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. And see, this one, I love the concept. I love what she wanted to give. I don't love the outcome. I feel like it's too much of an outline. It looks like somebody got creative with rope lights. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as well done, and the color story is not as well done. And again, I think it actually looks better without the darkness than it does in the dark.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's not enough going on. It's kind of like the reverse of the Vivian, where the top is completely off. So it's like head, nothing, and then tail.
Totally. Yeah. That's a big part of it. Like, where's the lights there?
Yeah.
You're better at this than I am.
And I don't love her makeup. I don't love it. I don't love this look.
Yeah. This is like if Ursula lost weight.
Ursula ate the Little Mermaid, and then half of her's Ursula and the other half is the Little
Mermaid. This is the little Ursula.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
All righty. And moving on, we have Missraja, and there are those heels we talked about. And they're still a little hard to see, but they're there. They're crazy. They're like,
she looks so sexy though. I love this. It's cut out. It kind of reminds me of, she did something like this like two shows ago or something like that. It's
like bondage, lit up, laser, night show. I don't know. It's awesome.
And it's like cagey. She does like cagey stuff. Like, I feel like, the outfit, like when she turned, it looked like she was like in a cage of some sort.
Yeah. It's really cool. I mean, and the makeup, the headpiece. I heard a commentary on one of the YouTube shows, like, nobody uses headpieces that much. They just do hair and that's it. And so that little detail it makes a difference. It looks really cool.
The little antennas. She looked very pretty. Her makeup looked beautiful.
Yeah. And so here are the girls. That was the whole runway.
My clapping.
We have to clap or the episode didn't happen. So in that sentence there, or in that sentence, what's wrong with me? In that photo there, you see all the girls. So we had the roast and we had this. So we talked before the show about who our favorites were. Jinx, to me, was a clear standout, 100%. I knew she was going to be in the top 2. There was no way she wasn't, because she killed both of them. And then I did not think Trinity should have been in the top. I thought her roast was fine, but I don't think that runway equals other people's. And so other roasts that I liked, and I did also like the runways, was either for me, Raja or the Vivian.
Yeah.
And I would have put the Vivian.
I hate this part of what we talk about, because indecisiveness. And I hate it because it's like, I like certain things and then I don't like certain things. So it's hard for me to, I agree that I do not believe Trinity was a top 2. I do think Jinx did really well. I am in between Raja. I think Raja did really good on the roasting as well as the runway. So, And then the Vivian did really good on the roasting, but it's the boots for me. I really would have loved the boots to light up.
I feel like Vivian's roast was a little bit higher, and I think the roast got more points as far as the weight than the runway. Both runways were good. I do think if I had to vote on one runway, the butterfly was a lot more creative and different, something I'd never seen before. Because of the roast, I voted Vivian.
I agree. If it's just on runway, the sunflower like takes it.
The sunflower
and then the mushroom later. Huh?
Wait, we're going. I was like the butterfly. You're like, yes, I agree. The sunflower. I'm like, what? Because Shay's in this episode.
What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about Raja's butterfly. Wait, because I was confused. Clearly,
you said I agree. If it was the runways, the sunflower, and I was like,
I like the sunflower.
But I know, but I wasn't talking about her. So you agreed, and then you said,
well, she showed up. She should at least get some sort of recognition.
If you've been watching this whole series, none of them have gone home. She's been there the whole time. But to me, apparently, I was surprised that Shay was still in this series. And so we have our top two, which is...
Can you imagine us being actual hosts in the show?
Can you imagine RuPaul's like, hello, I need a vote. Let's go, people. I'm like, yeah, but the shoes.
Liberating. Don't send me to no jury duty.
So we have our top two, and it's Jinx and Trinity. And Trinity looked amazing. I love the color. I love the hair. I just love her. But I didn't think it matched the song, and the performance was all about sexy, which also did not match the song. Jinx went like bouncy, crazy, like you said earlier to me, Mad Hatter-ish. I thought it was great, and I thought she killed it for what the song asked for. And it was fun, and it was different. I will say this, Jinx has been wearing those shoes to her lip syncs. Change the shoes, Jinx. I'm watching you. So we got 2 more episodes.
Well, I have said this before. I'm going to just reiterate it for the sake of what we're talking about. I don't like the way that Trinity lip syncs. I don't like the faces she makes. I don't like the crazy stuff that she does that doesn't go with not only the song, but like with anything. And we've had this conversation off screen, and you've told me like, well, that's what they do. They get really crazy. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I keep waiting to be like, I get it. And with her, I don't get it. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? And then I live. And I die. I was like, no me gusta. So I agreed with, Jinx winning this.
Yeah.
Because Trinity she just great. I can't do her faces. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
She makes a lot of face, and then she loves to do her booty shake, which makes sense on a booty shake kind of song, but not on this song was like not sexual at all. And then she just threw herself on the ground, shook her hair, did the hair flip. You're like, what are you dancing to?
But what doesn't make sense to me is the booty shake and the face together. Like, that's where I'm like, huh? Like, what are you doing?
She's just doing her thing. So we are at the end of this episode, and now we are at the episode before.
She was doing her thing, and she showed up.
Yeah, she's still here, and
she's
they're all still here.
Different episode, yeah.
If anyone's confused, they're all still here because nobody has gone home.
Yeah.
So here's where we're at. So tomorrow is the episode before the finale, and who goes to the finale is the 4 queens with the most stars. There's no more blocks, which means anybody can get stars next week or tomorrow. So everybody's mentality was, oh my God, there's no way Shay can get to the finale because she only has 1 star. So she can't beat out all the other girls. And spoiler alert, if you don't like it's happening tomorrow. So deal with it. It's already on Instagram. RuPaul has stated that tomorrow, whoever wins the challenge are getting 3 stars, which means anybody can go to the finale, because if Shay gets 3 stars, she now has 4, which puts her in the number 1 spot. So basically, whoever wins tomorrow's episode is going to the finale with Jinx for sure, because she already has 4, and whoever else ends up being the top 3. That's where we're at. So
there's going to be 3 people in the finale at the end?
4.
Okay.
There's going to be 4 people in the finale. These 2 are going to lip sync against each other. These 2 are going to lip sync against each other. And then whoever won is going to lip sync against each other for the winner. So you're going to have 3 lip syncs at the finale.
Okay.
These 2 and these 2. Whoever wins goes here and battles in there. See,
Okay.
I wish it was like Mario Party. I wish they could steal stars. I wish Bowser would come in and be like, no. Like, I don't like this little twist for tomorrow because it pisses me off because we've been keeping track of score the whole time, even though I counted wrong. But the point is, like, the whole point of the score system for right at the end, the person in last place to possibly get to first place, I'm like, what? So it just defeats the whole score system. But here we are.
Well, who didn't keep a score system? That's your fault. Not me. I watch it every week and I'm like wiped clean. What's going on this week?
So yeah, so we'll see tomorrow. And every All-Star season before has had a talent show on the first episode. And apparently we're ending with a talent show. So we're going to see what happens.
You have to find new ways to transition. You're like, well, yeah. So I can't deal with you today.
And Shay's still in the series, by the way, and in the running to get to the top finale. Did you?
Yeah, good for her because she showed up. She deserves it.
So with that said, that's our show.
We made it.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
So wait, because I had a question.
Oh, you may ask.
Yeah, but you were like, I said something. Oh, earlier I was like, how is it that it's going to like be done? So you just explained that. So they're gonna have a challenge, they're gonna have the runway, and they're gonna give stars.
And the people with
they get 3 stars.
3 stars, whoever wins tomorrow. So the people with the most stars, the 4 queens with the most stars, go to the finale.
Got it. And then do they have a challenge and a runway as well? It's only
at the finale, it's called the Lip Sync Lollapalooza Battle for the Crown. And it's literally like lip sync, in between like interviews and all of that, because it's a big deal. So
it is going to be a very big deal.
It's my Super Bowl. I ordered chicken wings and everything. Shut your
guys.
mouth.
Well, we have to be able to start giving a little bit of, we're going to make this a really big deal, guys. Like this is going to be the finale. There's only 2 shows left, right? For the what is it? RuPaul's Drag Race season.
Second. It's our People Podcast Special Edition RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 7 review.
There's only 2 more episodes left. So we got to get excited. We got to get pumped up because it's going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing finale. We have a wonderful surprise for you guys coming up. So you're going to want to stay tuned. And I'm excited for that, actually.
And we have our regular People Like Us talk show coming up tonight at 8 p.m. So we want to tell you we love you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Go get a drink, go get a cocktail, go get some junk food, go get some lollipops. And
National Lollipop Day. Get your daiquiri and get some junk food and get high off sugar and get drunk and meet us back here at 8 o'clock so we can hang out and have more fun.
Thank you for hanging out with People Like Us.
Let's be right.